Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today. I am so excited to talk to you about my pregnancy. So a lot of you might know that we have been trying to get pregnant for quite a long time. I will give you my story here in hopes that it might help some of you who are going through the same thing. So I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2005 through surgery. I had had a lot of back pain. I had had some ovarian cyst pain. I had been in and out of the hospital with pain. No one could figure it out. So I finally had a laparoscopy in 2005 and they diagnosed endometriosis, which I'm sure some of you have experience with it as well. The surgery actually helped my pain quite a bit. I would say 90% of my pain decreased, but I was told immediately, you're just gonna have to manage it. You're gonna have to learn how to manage your pain. And so that's when I got into healthy eating, really using food to help decrease inflammation in my body. That's when I really committed to yoga, Pilates, and my exercise routine daily to help me move and keep scar tissue from forming. And that's when I found the vitamins that I swear by and have helped me quite a bit. I will put links down below so you can see what they are. And so I did that for years, and then we were able to get pregnant naturally in 2012. It took us 5 months, and we had a beautiful baby daughter. And so I thought there wouldn't be any problem trying to get pregnant again. And I was very wrong on that. So we tried for a total of 3 years actually to get pregnant. So they call it secondary infertility, when you have a hard time getting pregnant the second time and you were able to the first time. Sometimes there's a reason, sometimes there isn't. So we went through many tests. We had my tubes checked, and they, at the time, were shown to be fine. We obviously had my husband checked as well, completely fine. My blood work was okay. We just kind of kept moving forward. And during this time of craziness, if you've been through infertility, you know, during this hard time of craziness, I also started to get some of my old pain back. So for me, that's right-sided low back pain. That's just me personally, what tends to happen with my endo. So that was coming back, and I was having cramps like 21 days out of the month. So I didn't know which way was up really, but I just had pelvic pain and cramps all the time. So in August of 2016, we decided to do surgery again, to do another laparoscopy. We hadn't done any treatments for fertility yet at that point because there wasn't any answer as to why we weren't getting pregnant. And also, if the endometriosis had grown back, it didn't make sense to us to try fertility treatments without first trying to get rid of the endo that might have grown back. So we decided to do the surgery first. So 2 weeks after surgery, I went back to see the doctor to get the results. And he looked me in the eye and said, I can't believe how healthy you are on the outside for what I found in your pelvis. He said that I am in stage 4 endometriosis, and I have what's called a frozen pelvis. That just means there's an extreme amount of scar tissue now in my pelvis from the endo over time. He found that my uterus was attached to my abdominal wall, and my intestines were kind of attached to themselves, and that my fallopian tubes were indeed blocked. They hadn't seen it on the previous test. We still don't know why, but that's what they found with surgery. And he said, you most likely will not get pregnant naturally again, but you can try IVF. He said IVF was made for you. Those were his words. So I left somewhat devastated, and not necessarily because of the IVF piece. I knew that might be coming. I think because I had no idea the endo had gotten so bad, and it left me fearful of what that meant for the future, what that meant for my body, how I was going to manage it, how I was going to heal. So we took a little bit of time to heal, and then we decided to go through IVF. And there are a lot of pieces involved in that decision. I won't get into all of it here, but this link I'll put below as well. I do have an email list that is specifically for people going through this. So if you have endometriosis, if you have PCOS, if you have fertility issues, if you have questions about IVF, if you're going through it, please click on that and join me, because I feel like I've learned so much in this journey that wasn't taught to me, that I really want to help people with, including how to save money, because there are tips and tricks out there that they don't tell you about. So we started IVF in November. We did our first cycle in December, and it did not work. We ended up with no embryos whatsoever, which was, again, fairly devastating and heartbreaking. We made the hard decision to do one more round of IVF. We were told we had a 10% chance with my egg quality, which apparently was the trouble in addition to my blocked fallopian tubes. We had a 10% chance of a successful pregnancy through IVF, but we went for it anyway, and through many different pieces, which again I can tell you about, we were able to get pregnant, which we are extremely thankful and grateful for. So as of right now filming this, I am almost 14 weeks pregnant, but by the time you see it, I might be closer to 16 or 17 weeks actually. So you're gonna start seeing some baby bump videos, and I will definitely start putting in some prenatal videos, some postpartum when the time comes. But I just wanted to share that journey for anyone else who's going through it. I wanted you to know kind of where I am with all of it. Since some of you know my history, I will definitely be talking about it more. But again, if you are going through this, please know you aren't alone. I know it is such a hard place to be, and sometimes it feels very lonely and very confusing. So again, join me below. Just click on the link. You'll get straight into my email list, where I do send info about my personal story and what I've learned, and the blog posts that I write about it, because I have been writing quite a bit about what I've learned during all of this IVF stuff. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us, and I am so excited for some baby bump videos in the future, and I will talk to you soon.